We go on to our next startup, Flycatcher Technologies LLP.
Yeah, no, it was nice. Impactful presentation. Very nice.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Kabir Udeshi, and my journey started with my own home. I didn't like seeing waste being thrown in around our community, around my house, and I said I need to do something about it. So about 10 years back, I came up with a solution, being a technologist, and I can proudly say that my house has not given any wet waste to BMC for the last 10 years. And to take this technology forward, I formed Flycatcher Technologies, from which two solutions have evolved so far. Two commercial solutions. One is a Rhino digester to process all waste at source. Wet waste does not need to be taken away. And the Firefly monitoring system, which monitors resources, including waste. So the problem is very evident. A lot of the startups talked about eliminating at the root cause. That's what we're doing. Mumbai alone generates 7,000 tons of waste every day, right? And this number is much bigger nationwide. Landfills are banned, and a lot of money is just being spent taking this waste and dumping it. So right now, there is a Supreme Court mandate which in fact enforces criminal penalties for bulk waste generators, and it requires them to process their waste at source. So the wet waste cannot be taken away by law. This law is nationwide. In addition to on-site processing, it also enforces or mandates digital accountability. How is waste being processed and those numbers, right? So Mumbai itself has officially about 2,600 of these bulk waste generators. In addition to the Supreme Court mandate, there is also an ESG mandate on all companies to process their waste at source. So this is our solution. This is a Rhino digester, which is deployed at the point of waste generators, right? So it could be this hotel, hospitals, housing societies. No wet waste needs to be taken away. It's all processed at source. The Rhino digester also has the Firefly monitoring system, which we actually developed for the Rhino, but we also see many other applications and paying customers that have come out of it. So the Firefly monitors waste, it monitors energy, it monitors water, it also can monitor a chemical plant. The basic process for the Rhino is all biodegradable waste, which is typically about 75% of your waste goes into the Rhino. It gets processed into biogas. So this hotel would process its waste and use the biogas in its cooking. So you offset cooking costs as well as use renewable energy. The second output is organic manure. The output is again, I guess it comes under FCO, the fertilizer control, and is recognized as a fertilizer. So we're tackling three problems: tackling waste at source, generating renewable energy, biogas, and giving organic fertilizer, which will definitely reduce our need for chemical fertilizers. All three are a crisis, and one solution attacks three of them. In addition, like I mentioned, the Firefly sits on top of the digester, or it gets deployed along the facility to monitor waste processing and other, it can monitor energy, water, and again, we have paid customers for the Firefly itself. For our traction, today we have 50 plus Rhino digesters deployed in the field. We have a BMC pilot, but overall we have 50 plus, and we have a lot of smaller digesters, which takes the number to more than 100. And our case study, today we are processing more than 40% of Panji city's waste. using this decentralized model. We have digesters in the community, we have digesters in organizations, digesters in hotels, hospitals as well, right? So in Panji, they have a centralized plant as well as a decentralized solution. And we've proven that this can be done very efficiently in a very clean way. As far as the company goes, our peak revenue is about 2.4 crore annually, and we have about 50 lakhs of AMC business for maintaining these digesters. So our long-term focus is deployment and long-term customer relationships, with maintenance being the key revenue driver. As far as timing goes, the solid waste rules have been mandated in 2026, luckily this year. Again, they mandate decentralized processing for bulk waste generators, and they have a very clear definition in terms of amount of waste, amount of square foot, and even water consumed, so that these generators are legally bound to process their waste. Again, it mandates digital accountability. Again, our Firefly system comes in, and they've been very strong with criminal penalties, not only on the generators, but also on the officials monitoring, the overall area. So the pollution control boards in the city. Again, sustainability is important. We have many private companies who have approached us, who we are working with, because again, it's the mandate of these companies. And our technology has been tested, we've refined it, we've gone through multiple iterations to get to the point where we're confident of large-scale deployment. So again, the market is not being created, it is mandated today. So there were a lot of questions about policy. For this solution, the policy already is in place. Now, relevance to Mumbai, 2,600 bulk waste generators, the number's only going to go up, because as we get more organized, as we have redevelopment, this number is going to go up. So to give you an idea, every shopping mall, Palladium, every hospital, Reliance Hospital, every hotel, this hotel, right? Every public institute, and all the residents, probably a lot of places we stay in. Like, we all need to process our waste today, okay? So that's the market we are serving. We have, thanks to the BMC and SMILE, we have a working model not far away from here, which has been working for 2 years, and it has all these features. So, in fact, we're collecting waste from around the community, and it doesn't go for landfill from there. Of course, it has the operational intelligence to view online, right? Which is also, so we have a proven scalable model for Mumbai, for India, and I would say the world at large. We have a lot of very reputed private clients who've been using this for a couple of years. Our technology is supported, vetted, reviewed by BIRAC and the central government. We have a Swachh Bharat award for our efforts, and BBC has covered our work. And there's a lot of players, but BBC and Indian Express. So our business model, B2B, main clients. So we supply equipment, we install it, we commission it, and then we provide annual maintenance if required. So wherever we deploy, we make sure we have a service network, right? So we have some clients maintaining on their own, but most of them come on as EMCs, and even if they maintain, they occasionally call for support. Because it's waste, the know-how is not widespread. You can imagine, like, if we didn't have mechanics, we would need some kind of support. So it's just providing the know-how in that area. In addition, I mentioned the Firefly. It works on a SaaS subscription model. We go and install it. You can monitor all your resources, and we do that for it's compared to other solutions. It's very cost-effective and flexible. So we have two engines of growth, and both rely on long-term customer relationships. So the market is used, waste is everywhere, but even if we just consider Mumbai and maybe a little bit of Pune, we have about 1,000 crore market, and we are targeting to get to 10 crore of revenue in 3 years. So again, recurring revenue is our key focus, and the expansion potential for both the Rhino and the Firefly system is is huge throughout India, throughout Mumbai, India, and the world. So my team, I've started my career managing about, I rose to manage operations for a large multinational, about 150 people in the oil and gas sector. I've done projects for all over Gujarat, India, and Reliance also. So my current company, Flycatcher, has about 8 years of manufacturing experience with the Rhino digester and 5 years of on-field service experience, which is where we are improving. We have a granted patent for the Rhino digester. So currently we're asking about 2 crore for equity to grow this business to 10 crore. And we're also open to strategic partners who can help us scale this in a sustainable and a systematic manner. So to close, right, we have the opportunity for a indigenous technology to go out and solve this issue at the root cause, solve this issue of waste. The policy framework is in place. It's emerging at the local body level now. For example, Panji's has put in the law that everybody who generates more than 25 kg of waste is a bulk waste generator. So the need is urgent. The model is proven. Let's work together and make sure we have a Rhino in every nook and corner of this country and the world. Thank you.
2 questions. One is, you would have quite a bit of competition because, you didn't mention anything of that sort in your slides. That is one. Number 2 is 40% of Panji and 2.4 crores of revenue doesn't excite when something is missing.
Okay, so our biggest competition is do nothing. Okay? The other competition we have is traditional gobar gas plants. Now, if you ask this hotel to dig a hole, right, and build a brick structure, that is like comparing a steam engine with a modern metro system. So that is a steam engine, right, versus our today our Mumbai metro. A steam engine would never be, so that is what the competition we're talking about. There are some companies, but for example, GPS is a well-known player in this field, but they've gone to large scale, 500 ton per day plants, which is also required, right? But the decentralized space, there's such a need that competition doesn't matter. It's just deployment and giving a solution, which is the key. Okay?
But isn't it a policy requirement that, beyond a certain capacity, the housing societies need to have something like this deployed? None of them work, but...
That's exactly, I think you have the answer, right?
No, but then there would be somebody whose solution also works. So there, let's say you are amongst the 5 people whose solutions work, etc., etc. That slide was missing.
Right. So see, I can't say that officially, that it doesn't work, because I have not deployed that. I can talk about myself. I can give you digital accountability. Every month, a report from all our Panji installations goes to the city, and that's reported to Swachh Bharat, as well as the pollution control. So I can show you and take you to what I do. You said it yourself, right? Something else doesn't work. So we have something special.
I think what he's trying to get to is that if this is such a big problem, why you have not scaled?
Okay.
Or like Panji, if you say you're at 40%, then why only 2.4 crore as your turnover?
So Panji has, it's not such a big city. They have only about 15 tons of waste every day. So we're doing about 40% of that, right? And we specifically chose Panji so that we can show that impact. If you do that much in Mumbai, I won't even be able to give you that. And scaling, it's been a journey, refining and improving the technology. It just doesn't happen overnight, right? So we've been deploying, improving, fine-tuning this technology to the point where I can confidently give you these numbers and say we are ready to scale.
Just a quick question. What's the capex for your B2B buyer and what's the ROI? Stealing your question.
Yeah. So it depends a lot on the quantum of waste, but it would start from a minimum of 10 lakhs of capital cost up to about 50 lakhs, right? And the ROI would be anywhere between 3 to 5 years, depending on the model. But it's not the capital investment that stops people. I think you work with industries. These numbers are very small, like for this hotel. It's more it's so easy to dump waste, right? To get them to actually understand that they have to. And we have people coming forward now, but it's not a large scale movement,
The
which is what.
mandates and the logistics should help, right? The challenges with all that should help.
Yeah, so as enforcement goes, as the understanding that this is working happens, we have people contacting us. So our success, helps us grow.
Okay. Thank you so much.